Willow and Max made themselves comfortable in their usual places. Max on the sofa, and Buelo with a cup of coffee in the overstuffed chair that sagged in all the right places. Lola walked in circles and finally lay on the tiles in front of the fireplace. This time of year, the firebox was cold, and the grate cradled only brooms of herbs that Buelo had collected. Max caught a whiff of dried rosemary, which always made him think of summertime and storytelling. "You first," said Buelo. "Today, I was wondering about Rio Bobinado." Max told him his story about the gargantuan serpent with the indecisive spirit, creating the chasm that became the coiling river. Buelo nodded. "A serpent that could not make up its mind. Perhaps that is why anyone who travels the river's path is plagued with uncertainty and apprehension." "Is that true?" Buelo smiled. "It could be. We all face something in life that is a mystery, where no matter which way we look, there is no satisfying answer." Buelo shrugged. "But such is the challenge of life. Your story reminds us of that." Max put his hands behind his head, letting the idea settle. He liked that his story could have a double meaning, and one he'd never even considered. Miss Dominguez said that a good story left you wondering. The next time he saw her, if Papa wasn't around, he would tell her this one. Buelo held up a finger. "My turn. How about the secret bridge and the Guarda Barrera? I'll need a little help in the telling. Remind me, how do I begin?" Max smiled. "You know, once upon a time," he prompted. Buelo cleared his throat. "Once upon a time, a grandfather told his grandson a true story." Max giggled. "You say that every time." Buelo swept an arm toward the window and cleared his throat. "Once upon a time, in the north, far away and hidden, there was a secret bridge, which was only discussed in whispers among bridge builders, their descendants, and chosen ones." He held a finger to his lips. "In fact, it still exists, so you must promise never to tell anyone about it." "I promise, Buelo." "Before you reach the secret bridge, you must first cross a glorious span with 3 arches. It glows pink in the morning sun. The Bridge of 1,000 Mallards." "Which makes for a lot of quacking," added Max. "To be sure," said Buelo. "After you cross the bridge to River Left, do you remember what that is?" Max nodded. "If I'm looking downstream, the bank on my left." "Very good. After you cross to River Left, you follow the bank north for another hour until the channel grows weary of all its meanderings and loosens into a long ribbon, becoming deep and calm. It is there that you will come upon what looks like a dead-end cove, but it's an inlet that leads to a hidden arm of the river," said Max. "That's where the secret bridge is." "Who is telling the story?" said Buelo. "But you are right. At the back of what looks like a cove is a bridge that is so overgrown with vines and shrubs that it creates a wall of greenery, obscuring anything on the other side. There, a peculiar gatekeeper, a Guarda Barrera, lives beneath the bridge.
She determines who may travel beyond. And because she lives in a cavern, some say she is a troll with gray skin and yellow eyes, warts, and a nose too big for her face, or a river witch, said Max. Is she?
Buelo smiled.
I will only confirm that she is a creature of great wisdom and intrigue, with a mesmerizing aura. She is a keeper of lost things, a collector of sorts. Her cavern is crowded from ceiling to sod. There you might come to retrieve what you have lost, or deliver something you have found that someone might come looking for one day.
Like what?
Perhaps you lost something of deep meaning when you were on a picnic on the riverbank, a piece of jewelry or something of sentimental value. Or maybe you've lost your way in life, or cannot find the answers to perplexing questions. She can help.
Max wondered if the Guarda Barrera knew where his mother was, and if she could help find her so that Max could return the compass. Papa had said that she treasured it. He clutched the compass, rubbing the smooth glass with his thumb.
But sadly, very few are willing to travel and meet her face to face.
Because they are afraid of what she might be, said Max.
Yes, but the strong and determined, such as yourself, will find her.
Max smiled and sat a little straighter. He was glad Buelo presumed such a thing, even if it was only in a made-up story.
When you reach the cavern door, you must knock 4 times. She will call out, "Who stands before me?" And you answer,
"A pilgrim, true of heart," said Max.
And when she opens the door, you will introduce yourself.
I am Maximiliano Feliciano Esteban Cordova, son of Feliciano Cordova Jr. and grandson of Feliciano Cordova Sr.
And she will say, prompted Buelo,
I am Yadra, nothing more, nothing less.
Buelo nodded. If you are very fortunate and are indeed true of heart, she may invite you on a journey upriver where you might.
He cupped his fingers. Hold tomorrow in the palm of my hand. But how will that help me? Asked Max.
Oh, so much might be realized by glimpsing what is yet to come. Wouldn't you want to know if the path you are on is leading to a place you want to go? The knowledge might inspire you to change how you live today. Wouldn't you like answers to questions that puzzle you?
Max nodded. He would like to know if he'd make the football team, and where his mother was, and if she was ever coming home. He sat up. You've met the Guarda Barrera, Buelo, right?
Many times, though it has been quite a few years now. Once, we even had tea, which she served in a china cup, and I went on the journey.
You held tomorrow? Whispered Max. What did it feel like?
I suppose it might be different for everyone. For me, one moment it was warm and syrupy, like a cinnamon pastel just from the oven, and the next, cool and smooth, like a rock pulled from the riverbed. Mostly, though, tomorrow was very slippery. As soon as I thought I'd captured it, swoosh, it slid through my fingers and was gone.
Was your path leading to the place you wanted to go?
Buelo nodded. Oh, yes. How did you know where the bridge was? Asked Max.
Buelo held up a finger, his eyes twinkling. A map, of course.
Can I see it?
All in good time, Maximiliano. But remember, your father would remind us, it is just a story. Then again, he is not here. He smiled. Buelo wanted him to believe, whether there was a map or not. The clock in the kitchen ticked. Lola snored. Buelo slurped a long sip of coffee.
Buelo, why is Papa so serious? He always thinks the worst is going to happen.
Your papa was once quite light-hearted, said Buelo. But now he wears his worries and fears like a cloak. The grown-up world robbed him of a bit of his spirit, and he lost his belief in happy endings.
You mean when my mother left?
Buelo nodded.
She stole a piece of his spirit? Asked Max.
You could say that.
Didn't he look for her?
He looks for her everywhere he goes. Max thought of the bridges his father had built all over the country. Were those jobs, that sometimes kept him away for weeks at a time, just excuses to look for her?
Maybe the guardabarrera could help him find her.
Buelo sighed. Yes, well, she would have to want to be found. He stood and patted Max's legs. That is enough for tonight. It is past your bedtime, and I need to take Lola out. Now, promise me that when you grow up and meet the guardabarrera, you will tell her hello for me. Max smiled and went along with Buelo's fantasy. I promise. Good night, Maximiliano. Te quiero. Max's heart swelled.
Good night, Buelo. I love you too.
Before he climbed into bed, he stood in front of the small window in his room and looked up. The world was moonlit, and on the distant cliff top, La Reina Gigante glowed, diminutive and delicate, as if he could reach out and hold her in his hand. Fog wrapped the tower's waist. A trailing mist drifted at her sides. She was a guardian angel with outstretched arms. Max slipped the leather cord with the compass off his neck and carefully set it on the windowsill. Then, like the hidden ones, he prayed to the giant queen for protection and guidance.
La Reina, please watch over Papa, Buelo, my aunties and uncle, Lola and me. Can you please watch over my mother too, wherever she is?